welcome back to another Strixhaven draft here on ZMTG. I'm Zake. Let's get into this. Another Nita. I feel like I've seen this card as my rare more often than any other card in the set so far. And I keep trying to make it work and it just isn't that great. That being said though, we do have a lot of great black and white color cards here, so I'm going to pick it up for now. Just because it's our rare. And we have plenty of options when this pack comes back around on what else we could get. Zombify is obviously a great way to get a creature back from the battle or from the graveyard to the battlefield. Imperious Ink Mage has been overperforming when I've played it. The fact that it's got vigilance and a 3/3 stat line, plus it lets you surveil too to make sure that you're not getting flooded with lands or not getting lands, is pretty great. Pull from the Grave has been pretty strong. It's a little stronger, I think, in the Witherbloom deck, where you're relying on that like life gain to do some fun stuff. But Social Snub has also been surprisingly strong when I've seen it played. Works really well if you have tokens to sacrifice and your opponent does not. So we'll go with the Nita for now. Fix What's Broken. It's a sorcery for 2 white-black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, pay X life. Return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, I do notice that this doesn't say mana value X or more or mana value X or less. So it would just be any mana value that is exactly the same as however much life you pay. I do think this would be a fun one to play around though. So I guess we'll take it just because it fits into our black-white that we're kind of looking into doing here. And again, there's quite a few options of cards to take for the black-white color pair if we get this pack again with a couple of those in it. Even Diary of Dreams would be a great card. This one's been really good too if you're running a lot of instants and sorceries. Lets you draw some cards based on how many page counters are on the artifact, or worst case, you get to draw a card for 5, which is, you know, never a bad thing. A couple other options for the Repartee color pair here too. Cost of Brilliance has been really good. Melancholic Poet is probably our best black and white card here, just because it is one of the better payoffs for the Repartee ability. I did figure out it's a Repartee and not Repartee, so I've been saying that wrong so far, but Repartee is what you're supposed to say apparently. So we'll take the Melancholic Poet here. Couple little options that we can use for our black and white colors if they come back to us, but if we miss either of these 2 cards, definitely not the end of the world. Rapier Wit is a good sorcery or good instant for stunning a creature when it counts, and Send in the Pest works a lot better with the black-green color pair, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Making our opponent discard a card and getting a 1/1 that gains us life when it attacks is pretty decent. Worst case, we could always switch over to black-green later on if we want. There was quite a few decent black-green cards, and there is a Pest Mascot here. I also think the Poisoner's Apprentice has been really strong if you're getting those life gain payoffs. Good removal. But the Pest Mascot has been really crazy. Killian's Confidence though too. Also a wild card for black-white color pair. Lets you put +1/+1 on a creature, draw a card, and then you can also return this card from your graveyard anytime a creature deals combat damage to a player. One of your creatures deals combat damage to a player, as long as you can pay either white or black. So I think since we're moving towards the black-white, I'm going to take that for now, because this has been really good when I've played with it. Oh, and we get an Abigail. Abigail just continually gives you those Repartee. I still can't quite get the name of that right. The Repartee. Repartee triggers quite often, so as long as you're getting creatures coming in, which we do have 2 of so far, it ends up being really strong. So I think we'll take Abigail here. We'll see how it goes. Harsh Annotation, not the best destroy card in the world, but it does fit into our play that we're going for. There's also a Render Speechless if it comes back around. Pretty great way to remove a card from our opponent's hand and also target one of our creatures for Repartee. So I'll probably say that word every which way throughout this draft. Shadowed Acolyte would be a great 2-drop as well if it comes back around to us. So we're looking good in the black-white color pair here in these first couple packs. We get the Cost of Brilliance back. I think I want to take that, even though Inkling Mascot would also be really good. Gosh, Inkling Mascot's a really strong 2-drop in this color pair though too. And I think we're going to get another Cost of Brilliance back is what I'm seeing from what people have been taking so far. So we'll take the Inkling Mascot for now to make sure we keep getting those payoffs for Repartee. And there's the Cost of Brilliance, perfect. Ooh, but Scathing Shadelock though, a continuous target spell from this guy. He's a Snake Warlock that you can cast for 4 and a black, and at the beginning of your first main phase he becomes prepared, which means every turn, as long as he doesn't get killed. And then his sorcery is just 1 black and lets you target a creature and give it +2/+0 and Death Touch. So we'll take that for now. I want the Cost of Brilliance, but this is a better long-term payoff. Cost of Brilliance only does it once, so, and I think we might actually get it again. We'll take the Social Snub here. Like I said, that's been performing a lot better than I thought. There's our Cost of Brilliance, perfect. We get the Rapier Wit that we saw earlier. This is why you want to be taking your time in your drafts too, because looking at what you're going to get the next time this pack comes around to you is really helpful. Obviously they rotate around a circle, so Owl Historian isn't too bad in our color pair. We'll take that one. Interjection lets us target a creature. Gives it +2/+2 and first strike, so that's a great combat trick for our colors that we're working with. We're going to need some more 2-drop creatures, so we'll be looking out for that, because currently we've only got 2 for 2-drops. These are all instants and sorceries. The rest of that has creatures, so another 3-drop creature, not bad. A Graduation Day, but also a Practice Offense. This has been one of the better rares in the Repartee set so far. On the way back, we could pull another Inkling Mascot. We could get the Graduation Day if nobody takes it. We can get a Silver Quill Charm if we need to as another spell that targets our creatures. But Practice Offense is going to be a huge payoff. If you can cast this spell for 5 and get 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control and put double strike on 2 creatures in 1 turn, you're pretty much looking good. That's enough to win you most games, so. We'll take that one. The Stone Docent is a good 2-drop. Not the best for what we're trying to do. This works a little better in the white-red color pair, but there's not going to be a whole lot else here that we really need. I could take Cheerful Osteomancer though. For 4, you can get a 4/2 on the board, and if it survives till the next turn, you can cast its sorcery to return a creature card that died from your graveyard to your hand. I think we'll take that for now, and if the Stone Docent comes back, great. And worst case, you know, we can grab a land. A land that we probably won't use in this color pair most likely, but another Poisoner's Apprentice might be the move here. It's a good removal spell. There's also Wander Off, which targets a creature, so it works well with Repartee. We're really looking for some 2-drops though, which we're not. Oh, the Shadowed Acolyte's here. I think I might take this, and then we have a couple options for what to take when this pack comes back around. And even Page Loose Leaf if we just need another 2-drop at that point. A lot of people leave this one, even though honestly it's good ramp. It just gives you an extra colorless mana to use, so. We will take Shattered Acolyte here. A lifelinker that you can put buffs on like this +2/+2 and first strike is not a terrible pull. Not a whole lot of options here for us. We could take a Mage Tower Referee as another 2-drop. We also have a Joined Researchers. A little tough to cast correctly, I would say, but I haven't used it yet, so maybe we'll take it and just see how it goes. People don't really want this one because it's you and target opponent each draw 3 cards, which isn't the best thing. You don't want to be giving your opponent 3 cards as well. This would be better in a deck that deals damage maybe when the opponent draws cards, but at the beginning of each end step, if an opponent has more cards in hand than you, this creature becomes prepared. Yeah, so the thing you can do is you can force them to draw a bunch of cards so that they have to discard a bunch of cards, but it's not the best payoff there. Dig Site Inventory is going to be perfect for our color pair. lets us target a creature, and we can do it twice if it stays in our graveyard for a turn or two. Plus it gives the creature vigilance, so can't be too mad about that. We might come back and get a black-white land here if it survives the rotation. Another Joined Researchers, I don't think we'll be taking that, but another Inkling Mascot we will definitely take. This thing's been really good every time I played it. The fact that it surveils for you and gains flying to be a flying attacker that you can buff up is really nice. I've seen the Soaring Stone Glider do some really good stuff too. Honorbound Page has been underperforming for me every time I've played it, just because a lot of times people will blow it up before you get to cast its sorcery. And even if you do cast its sorcery, like, you get a 4/3 with first strike in the air if you cast it on him, and your other stuff can get some stuff, but nothing there that seems like it's too worth having yet. We get an Eager Glyph Mage in this one, or the Scolding Administrator. I haven't played with this one too much in the Repartee color pair, but I think it is good. It's similar to a lot of cards that were in the Edge of Eternities set, where whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and when it dies, it puts its counters on a different creature, which is pretty nice. We get the Graduation Day back. I'm going to take that here over an Inkling Mascot or the Silverquill Charm. Silverquill Charm has been nice, but not that great, I would say. The fact that its one mode does exile target creature with power 2 or less makes it not do the thing that you really want as often as you'd like. A lot of times the creature you want to exile is something much bigger. 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature is great, but we can get lots of +1/+1 counters with Graduation Day. So we get our Stone Docent here. Ooh, I think I will take the Poisoner's Apprentice, but do we have any ways of getting life? We have our Shattered Acolyte is one, and also the Melancholic Poet. I think that's about it though. Oh, and we ended up taking the Imperious Ink Mage anyways because we didn't click anything. Don't make that mistake, friends. Don't be like me. Oh, we get our black-white land and a white, or a black basic land. End of the Hunt has been really strong when I've run it. The Ascendant Dust Speaker though, this card just ends up being great no matter which of the white decks you play it in. It's really designed for the white-red deck, the Lorehold deck, because you can exile cards from your own graveyard, but it works really well for exiling cards from your opponent's graveyard and doing a little bit of graveyard hate. When this comes back, we could get End of the Hunt, we could get Locust Spray, we could get Dig Site Inventory. The only reason that I might not take that is because I am a little short on spells that just straight up kill things. So actually, yeah, let's go like this, and if the Dust Speaker comes back, we'd grab it first in this pack, I think. We'll take this because this will just help us get rid of our opponent's big threats anytime you cast it. So there's a Dissection Practice here, but we never got our Cost of Brilliance the first time around. So I think I take that here. Did we? Oh, we did get one. I don't mind having 2, but I'm almost never going to cast 2 in a game. So we'll take the Dissection Practice. It's just a very cheap spell that also targets stuff. And it lets us gain life to get bonuses from our other gain life infusion type stuff. So the Dawning Archaic is in here. This one's interesting. We have a lot of instants and sorceries in our packs, or in our deck currently, but the problem is that it's so expensive that it's hard to cast, and it has to attack to get its bonus. So it's got a few different reasons that it's not the best card in the world and why somebody would have passed it to us. It's very hard to cast. That's the biggest thing. Elite Interceptor is going to be a great 1-drop for us to get started early with being able to target our stuff. So we'll take that here. Cost of Brilliance again, so we have another option to grab that potentially. A Helping Hand. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I mean, that never hurts. The problem with it is that it's a sorcery, and since it enters tapped, you have to wait an entire turn to use whatever you return. Things that have really good enter triggers could be good. So like this, for example, you could have it enter for 1, but you can't do it with this anyways because it costs 4. So Masterful Flourish has been a really strong combat trick. We'll take that here. This is another option for a way to trigger Repartee and also to gain life. so we could get this on the way back. Ooh, a Feed the Swarm. Great removal. I think we take that here over anything else that we see in here currently. Could grab a Render Speechless, but more likely we'll grab another Rapier Wit when it comes back, or just Page for another 2-drop. We have a Shattered Acolyte, which I think I want as one more 2-drop here. A couple of these never hurts. Such a powerful way to keep yourself alive with a decent blocker. And also, if you need it, you can sacrifice it to destroy a target artifact or enchantment. So Pull from the Grave could be really strong too, but we do have 1 or 2 ways to pull stuff from our graveyard anyways, so we're going to be all right without that card. That doesn't do anything specifically for our deck, so having another creature does. Repel Calamity, very good removal spell for anything that's got power or toughness 4 or greater, and it's an instant. Lets us use it as kind of a combat trick to buff the rest of our creatures that use Repartee. So take that one here any day. I'm surprised that it even got to us at this point. Injection lets us target a creature. The Dust Speaker came back. I think I take that here. I've got plenty of ways to target my stuff, so almost every instant and sorcery we have targets something. Another Cost of Brilliance or another Owl Historian. Owl Historian is just a good flying body that also surveils 1, and when things like our flashback spells leave our graveyard, we get a boost on it. It gets a +1/+1, so it's a little better in the white-red Lorehold color pair, but... And there's another Cost of Brilliance that we will grab. Get an Adventurous Eater for another target spell. Get the... I'll take the Rapier Wit, why not? And our land. Before we get into building the deck, I just did want to say, if you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more MTG videos and shorts as well. We make a lot of shorts. Throw a like on this video if you're enjoying watching it, and comment down below and tell me which of the color pairs you think is the weakest. They can't all be good, right? So which one is the weakest of the 5 color pairs? The Repartee color pair actually has grown on me, I will say. Originally, I thought it wasn't all that good, but we have a decent amount of flyers here. I'm gonna ditch the Nita, honestly. She just doesn't do anything in the set that we're trying to build here, or in the deck we're trying to build. Rehearsed Debater has always been a bit weak as well in the games I've run with it. We need to cut a lot of cards. We might end up cutting the End of the Hunt, so I'll pull it out for now, and the Stone Docent. We have plenty of 2-drops to use. We'll cut 1 Rapier Wit. We'll cut the Joined Researchers, because again, these are the cards that just aren't as strong as they look on paper. We don't need 2 interjections. We'll definitely keep our Elite Interceptor and our Dig Site inventory. I think we might cut the Daydream. If this was at instant speed, it'd be a lot stronger because you could use it to protect your stuff. Since you can't, I don't think it's really that good. And we got plenty of other things we'd rather have instead. I do think we keep both of the Inkling mascots, but we can cut 1 Shattered Acolyte because we have plenty of creatures that still... How many do we have, though? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures at 2-drop, and quite a few creatures at 3-drop. We'll cut 1 Owl Historian. We will cut a... I think we'll actually cut the Dissection Practice. It's a little better if you have gain life payoffs. Whereas like just giving a creature +2/+2 and First Strike is a little stronger, I believe. I want to give the Scolding Administrator a try. And I don't really want to drop any other target spells currently. We could drop a Rapier Wit. It's better to just straight up remove something, and we have a lot of options to do that here. And Killian's Confidence is a really strong target spell, so we'll keep that. We're pretty low card, or like mana count on our cards. The top card that we have here only costs 5 mana. So we can actually cut probably 2 of these but I think we'll start with one. We'll actually cut a black and not a white. So now we're down to 16 lands, but we have such cheap like cards and overall just a cheap deck, so I think that'll be all right. Social Snub, like I said, has been really good every time that I've played it, so I do want to keep it. Ink Mage lets us surveil so we can find the things we need. Same with Owl Historian. And we can put stuff like flashback spells into the graveyard too. If we put a flashback spell in the graveyard, we only get to use it once, but it lets us dig for other things that we need instead. I think of the destroy spells, I would remove this one because it gives our opponent a 1/1 if we destroy their creature with it. You could use it to keep a creature on the board when someone's trying to destroy your creatures, but it doesn't seem all that strong. And then I think we have a decent amount of ways, like a couple different ways to get stuff out of our graveyard too. So we'll ditch a Masterful Flourish, and I think we will call that the deck. Let's dive into some games. Here we are in game one with none of the mana that we really need. We do have 3 in our hand, but we can't cast 3 of our spells unless we get white mana. Since it's our first game, I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this. I could keep it and just hope that we get something, but that's a much better looking hand. And we know that we only need 2 for a lot of our stuff, so that will be fine. That being said, we don't have a whole lot of, we don't have any ways to actually target our creatures, but we do have a way to force our opponent to sacrifice a creature, so go ahead and keep that. I'm going to put the Cheerful Osteomancer back for now, because that's something we would need a lot later in the game anyways. But we'll keep our 3-cost flyer. Lets us do some crazy stuff if we exile cards from our graveyard. We get a flying vigilance 4/3 that we can buff up, so worth it for sure. Let's see what our opponent's got here. I'm always interested to know what colors they are running when they first throw their first couple of lands down. What are you gonna do? Oh my gosh. I've never seen that in draft. This guy mulligan down to 3 cards in his hand. GG? There's no way he comes back and wins this after starting with 3 cards. I do not believe it. Is he gonna blow that up right away? I bet he does. Nope. Because how could he have the spell to do it? Oh, there it is. Kinda knew that was coming. Well, we'll keep casting stuff, and if he keeps blowing it up, we have ways to make good on the stuff in our graveyard. Play an Owl Historian so we can look for 1 more land. That is a land, I will keep it. He's gonna blow up the Scolding Administrator or the Historian. Ah, okay. Yep, makes sense. Form of Amnesty and our Searing Stone Glider that we will exile 2 cards for. We just want to be swinging in as early as we can to beat him catching up from having nothing in his hands. He's actually going to discard a card there. That's wild. Discards a Rapturous Moment. Okay. Apparently he doesn't want that in his hand. I'm just going to swing here. And then we can surveil on our next turn, or we can blow up something that he has. He's going to return the Searing Stone Glider to our hand for sure. So just to not let him... I don't need to blow up the Rubble Rouser. It's only going to do 1 damage to us. We have enough mana to just bring this right back on our next turn too, so... Oh, and I know exactly what I can do here, actually. We're just going to make him sacrifice both of his things. I don't mind having something in my graveyard, honestly. Drop in a Shattered Acolyte. Bring back in the Searing Stone Glider. We're not going to exile cards this time because we don't really have anything we want to cast on their turn anyways. We can always blow something up on the next turn after that. He's going to return that to our hand. That's fine. Stadium Tidal Mage. Draw a card and discard a card. What are we discarding here, my guy? I mean, it has the 4 that we need for this, so we'll just go like this. We could exile our instants and sorceries to get this cheaper. And that way we can blow up whatever. Oh no, that's a sorcery anyways. We'll just pay the 2. We wouldn't be able to use this on their turn anyways, so there's no reason to keep 2 mana floating. I think it makes sense to just keep getting this out over and over again, and then he'll keep trying to remove it or do something against it. Discard and draw 2. Can't do anything. That's going to be the game. Pretty much anyways. He's got 1 life. Bring that back to our hand. I think that's GG. Yeah. GG. Feel bad for our opponent. Starting with only 3 cards in your hand is pretty rough. I'm surprised this guy mulliganed down that far. Sometimes you just gotta trust that you'll pick up whatever you need, you know? We are 1-0 going into game 2. Here we are in game 2 with a beautiful starting hand that we will keep. And we get to be on the play too, which is a little nice. For a deck where you're trying to do things quickly, like the Repartee color pair does. This Orzhov deck wants to be going fast. We're gonna hope he doesn't blow this up on turn 1 like that other guy did. I would really like to start drawing some cards with Killian's Confidence. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh. We can't use that right now, so it's going in the graveyard. And there's our land. Not the land we were hoping for, but I will take a land over not having one. I was hoping we'd get a regular, like, basic land so that we could return this back to our hand, but not the end of the world. We have some ways we can get rid of this thing that he's buffing for some reason. It's only +1/+1 until end of turn, so that would be an interesting choice. We'll get rid of our dig site inventory here. And I guess the Melancholic Poet, because we might not even cast it at this point, so. We can dig site inventory our boy. We don't currently need another land, so I'm gonna get that into the graveyard. Swing in for 3. Return this to our hand. And pass the turn. Killian's Confidence, man, this game is, or this card has been overperforming in every game that I've played it in. We get to draw a card. We get to target one of our creatures to do something with our Repartee creatures. And we can just do it over and over and over again by bringing it back to our hand, so. If they don't have some kind of graveyard hate to make us get rid of it, or a discard or something, you'd need graveyard hate anyways, even if you discard a card. He destroys all, that's fine. We have plenty more things to put out. I kind of want to get the Soaring Stone Glider out right now. I don't think he's going to be able to do much about it. We'll exile this, and we'll exile the Poet. If he's got a removal spell, that's fine, but if he doesn't, this is a pretty strong play right here. Turn it into a 5/4 in the air with Cost of Brilliance, and then just swing every turn, essentially. 6/5 for 1 turn at least, if we have the Killian's Confidence going too. Oh, he doesn't like it. He's looking at it. Another Death Toucher. That's all you got? Okay. Okay. Let's Killian's Confidence it. For now. That way, yeah. Since he's gonna blow it up anyways, we can just play our Scolding Administrator to have another creature on the board. He's got to be running low on removal now. He's only got 3 cards in his hand. Okay. I can destroy that. But I actually don't need to. I can't do this at instant speed though. I might just do this. I can get a payoff here without having to actually attack, so. If he doesn't blow that up, it becomes a 4/4. And if we get a creature that we can cast, which we did not. Let's blow this up now though. Ooh, no, because we can get a bonus on our next turn with it, so. We're gonna wait. The board state's pretty balanced right now, and I don't want to give up our advantage. I guess discard a land, sure. Makes a 1/1 pest. Now we'll destroy his Sloth. Get another 1/1. Counter on our Scolding Administrator. We are down to 13 life, which is unfortunate. I don't want to cast this because my only creature that I have will die. And we have ways to make it even bigger on our next turn, so. This Noxious Newt is becoming a problem. Do we want to do this? Yeah, why not? If he doesn't have an answer for the flyer, it becomes pretty strong, pretty fast. What are we going to exile from his graveyard? I don't want him to make me discard more cards. This could also be pretty bad for us though, too. Got a lot of things that are pretty bad. Let's get rid of this though, because this is the only thing that can really block our Dust Speaker that's in his graveyard. So if we can get rid of this Newt, we can start swinging with the Administrator, which would be huge. But we need something that targets it. Oh, that would target it, except it's too small. We'll just be putting him on a couple turn clock here. Let's get rid of his sorceries just in case he has a way to get those back. I don't think he does in Witherbloom, but. Oh, and that's right. I forgot we had Killian's in the graveyard. Perfect. I'm gonna wait though. We can get a bigger payoff for it next turn, and then we can just continually keep getting it back. Come on, put something big out so I can blow it up. Nothing? There's a reason that he's doing this. I'm not gonna block. I don't need to block a 1/1. He's either hoping that we'll block so he can put Death Touch on it, or he's gonna do that, yeah. Which is perfect for us, because we just blow it up immediately. Good game. We don't need that right now. We want more destroy spells. More things to remove their stuff, like their Noxious Newt. That is not what we were looking for. That's not it either. I'll keep it though, just in case we need a creature, I guess. And we can surveil too after casting him, so. Our board is looking pretty big here, and we do not need these 2 lands. We will get rid of one of his reachers again and swing in for 6. Bring the Killian's Confidence back to our hand yet again. And that'll be the game. GG's. Yeah, not having something to block those flyers makes those flyers really strong. And I found that throughout this entire format too. If you just don't have reach or destroy spells, the flyers just win you the game. So it's pretty good. We are 2-0 going into game 3. Here we are in game 3. I don't know about this hand. We don't have any creatures we can cast until we get another land in our hands. And it's only the Adventurous Eater. But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to risk it. We're on a good win streak, and there's our 3rd land right off the bat. Adventurous Eater can become a 4/3 on our 4th turn. But we can also Imperious Ink Mage to get more creatures going, so either one works. This guy's got a blue-white, which isn't even a color pair in this set, so that's kind of odd. We'll take an Imperious Ink Mage to the board if he lets it. He does let it land. Oh, Ascendant Dustbeaker. I'll take the land first, and then Ascendant Dustbeaker for sure. That is a good one. Just thinking about blowing this up. Okay. Let's us surveil again. I'm down. Yeah, why not? He doesn't have any way to counter it, so we will go for it. Do we need another land now? I don't think we do. I think once we have 5, we're pretty much set. I'll get rid of the land. I'll keep the Dustbeaker. We don't have a single spell in our deck that has more than a cost of 5, so let's get the 4/3 out first so we can start swinging in the air. I could exile 2 cards and be able to destroy anything big that he drops. Okay, let's undo this real quick. Make sure that we have our white land. That way if he drops something that's got 4 power or toughness, we can just blow it up right away. Repel Calamity is pretty good for removing those big threats. He's just going to pass through the turn, eh? Why would you swing? I don't mind losing this. If your 2/2 dies, what do you have? This guy does not know what he's doing. Unless he's trying to hit this for 1. But I don't think there's a spell in blue or white that would do that. Oh, there it is. That's fine. That's funny. What a way to cast that spell. That is a much stronger removal for big creatures. I don't know why. Like, it just doesn't seem like the move to use that on a Soaring Stone Glider, but sure. That's what he wants. Oh, and he discards the Sonar. I mean, I guess he can't cast it. He doesn't have his red, but what else do we have in here? Oh, we got rid of that one. That's okay though. We're gonna do this because if he kills it, then we can use Fix What's Broken to bring it back. And I'll use its spell right away to gain life. And also to have a 4/3 on the board again. Blow it up. I know you want to. Oh, okay. Returns it to our hand. Interesting. The 2 4/4s. Okay, so now because of that, I probably actually need to go. Actually, I can make him lose 2 of his creatures, and then next turn I can bring back both of my 3 drops. So let's do that. Why not? He loses either his Hydro Channeler, which has given him mana and has been helping him out this entire time, or both of his 4/4s. What would you like to do, my guy? Gotta do another one. Oh, wow. He really went with that. That's crazy. What's your next big spell, my dude? Oh my god, he makes us discard our whole hand. That's crazy. Nice. We are top decking pretty hard here. Do that just to draw another card, get another creature, and surveil one. Get rid of this land. When it attacks, we can bring our thing back if he doesn't blow this up, and then continue doing what we've been doing. Just vibing. Sure. Don't blow it up. You don't have it. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that could be bad for us. We will play the graduation day. He's just top decking lands, but so are we. We haven't gotten our Osteomancer yet, so we could start returning stuff from our graveyard if we draw anything that's not a land. This man is gonna kill us with a 1/1 or with a 1/3. Crazy. He doesn't attack there? What do you mean? We get to draw 2. Maybe he doesn't counter it. Ah, there's the Osteomancer. Okay. Do you have a counter for our creature spell? I bet you do. I bet you do. Yeah. Makes sense. This is going to be a wild way to lose this game. If Bro just Hydro Channelers us to death. What an insane number of instants and sorceries this guy's running too. 2 creatures in his graveyard and everything else is an instant or a sorcery. He hasn't surveilled away any lands, but he's got all the lands he needs. Your go. Oh my gosh. He's gonna start hitting us in the face. No way, he gets the Snarl Song back. I think that's game, actually. Counters our creature spell again. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. He just pings us for 5 and does the thing right there, so GG. Good game. That was an interesting one. I don't know if you guys didn't see there, but basically he'll just swing in for 11 with 2 5/5s and a 1/3, and then he'll burst lightning us down to no health. So that would have been the game no matter what we did. GG. We are 2-1 going into game 4. Ooh, another beautiful hand too to start with. That's an instant keeper. You know this guy's gonna be crazy when he's got the Vivi deck sleeve going on, so we're probably cooked here. Harmonized Trio as his first drop. Okay. Get the Inkling mascot out. If we don't get to target that, we still get to do our Imperious Ink Mage to surveil, so we will get what we need. Ooh, Casa Brilliance on our next draw. And a land that we don't need. We're gonna attack here. He can't do anything about it. I definitely won't block because he's trying to stack his Harmonized Trio up. We don't care if our stuff dies as long as we don't get our entire hand discarded again, like we did in the last game. Oh, the Sky Whale. That's crazy. It's okay though. We'll put the counter on this because then it's lethal towards that Sky Whale if we need it to be. We can get Abigail out on our next turn. And if she dies and the Adventurous Eater dies, we still have the... Oh, he's gonna flashback that to kill my mascot. That's wild. That is a choice you can make, my guy. He does get to swing with a 7/4 in the air now, though, which is a little bit obnoxious. A 10/4, I mean to say. Oh my god. Jeez, man. The Sky Whale's crazy, and I'm just drawing lands, which means I don't have the removal that I need. I think that's game. I might be able to make something happen here. Especially if he swings in with the Sky Whale. But he won't swing in with these two, so he's got 2 blockers on the ground to keep us in check, essentially. He's gonna Unstable Mockery one of these. Oh, Artistic Process, okay. That gives it 3 +1/+1 counters, dude. I mean, my best bet is to block this, I think. In the interest of keeping myself alive longer, but it's not going to do anything. Just make this insanely big Adventurous Eater just for fun. He removes it and swings in for 7. Pretty sure. Oh, a stock up, okay. And then he finds another instant or sorcery, casts it, and kills us. The Sky Whale is insane. I did not realize how good that card is. GG. Every time that I've seen this, I haven't picked it up, the Sky Whale. But the stats on it and the fact that it grows so huge so fast makes it actually one of the better cards in the set. For 2, a blue and a red, you get to create a flying elemental whale that starts as a 1/4. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. And if 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, there's tons of those spells. put 3+1/+1 counters on it instead. So it just instantly grows 3 counters bigger. It's crazy. We are 2-2 going into game 5. Here we are in game 5 with a game-winning hand, if I've ever seen one. We just have to hope they don't destroy everything we have, but just an Inkling mascot and Abigail plus the practice offense is enough to win. We just need some better removal than the social snub. That, or they only play 1 creature and we destroy it on turn 3 and then start doing our combo. Couple options. I am going to wait because I want to force them to sacrifice whatever their first creature is. They're looking to cast something big too, it looks like. I don't mind putting this out, baiting them into dropping in 2 creatures. They blow that up right away. Nope. They've probably got, so they've got blue, green, and black. So they've probably got a couple just straight up destroy spells hiding in their hand. I'm just gonna keep swinging in and drawing cards. Graduation day, nice. We can actually cast that right now. Unless they counter it, which they might. Destroys it right away. Oh, he returned it. Okay, cool. What do you have? Make it a 3/4 real quick, just for fun. Give it double strike, hit him for 6. He has to blow it up now. He has no choice. Oh, -5, -5. I haven't even seen that yet. He casted it for life though, which is interesting. Diary of Dreams. He doesn't seem to have any creatures in his hand. I'm gonna start playing out mine. Probably gonna get a creature now. No, I get a feeling this guy literally is just running all sorceries, which is kind of funny. And then he's gonna, oh, he can't draw a card. He needs 1 more mana. No, he has it. He's gonna draw a card for free with the Diary of Dreams as well. Oh, he's got Stirring Hopesinger and Emil. Okay, perfect. We just pass and swing. He's gonna cast both of those creatures, I think. Pretty sure anyway. And then next turn we're gonna force him to sacrifice them. Emil would be pretty crazy here. I bet he'll be scared to block. He does it. All right. I bet on him being too spooked, but he was not. Do you have a counter? He might have a counter spell in his hand. He's gonna try and draw a card to get one. He does not. We'll play out the Shattered Acolyte. Trying to play slow here because I know this guy's looking to Try and get something big going. And actually, we'll just destroy his artifact, honestly. Returns it to his hand. Okay. He wanted that Diary of Dreams real bad. An environmental scientist. Okay. Please put a flashback spell in your graveyard. Nope. I know you want to. There's the Hope Singer. Do I have enough? I have 7. No, I'd have to do this. He might have some return from graveyard stuff, so we'll get rid of his Emil, because that could be a really big bomb for him to get back. And he would have been able to return it with the Grave Researcher, so. Not today, though. That's not good for us. Nope, no blocks. And I'll tell you why. Because I can go like this. Bring this in. And pass the turn. After I swing. Might as well swing. If he swings in with everything he has, I can create a double striker that is going to make it really hard for him to survive. Surveils a land. Oh my goodness. Draws 5 cards because he has every color on the board right now. I didn't even realize that. Black, green. Where's his red? Oh, there's his red. He took every 2-color land he saw. We block that for sure. What do you have, though? I know you have something to keep it alive. So you have the indestructible spell? Okay. That's gonna be game. There's nothing I can do now. Pretty sure that is it. I can survive one more turn, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I have to block everything, and I only have blockers that will die. He's got removal for that too. Crazy. Yep. That's GG. I was hoping to be able to get lifelink off of that creature, but I couldn't. Nothing I could do there. So that will be it. 2 and 3 on our final record there. What do you guys think? Is there anything in those last 3 games I could have done to survive any of that? I feel like we had really good hands and good draws, and our opponent's deck's power levels were just insane. But let me know in the comments if you think I screwed up there, or if there was anything that could have been done against the power level of those cards. Or if I'm, just making bad plays. Could be that. Who knows? Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed watching it. Subscribe to the channel for some more MTG content. And we will catch you on the next one. Later.